So after doing some work in the back end, now we're going to go back to the front end and we're going to go to the quiz post pop-up, go back to the index. Let me first of all make this false, so we go back to the normal state. Okay, let me refresh, and this is how it should be looking in the first place. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do now is work on the backgrounds, this one right here. Okay, so when you click right here, you get a bit of backgrounds that you can choose from, and we choose one. It gives you this opportunity right here, or opens this pop-up right here also, and then you can write whatever you want. So okay, it's not perfect in this build, but when we build it, it's gonna be perfect. Okay, I promise you. This is just was like my first build, but now it's gonna be perfect. You can click right here to remove everything and go back to the normal state, and the text is gonna stay there. Okay, so it's gonna be a bit of a challenge to make this happen, but we always make it. Okay, I don't know what I say, it's when in the end we just make it. Okay, so let me have another state. This one's gonna be for the background. Okay, so this is the one that we're gonna send to the database or the backend if we have it, which is gonna be the background. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now also we can go back to the emoji picker background, where we have this element right here. As you see, if we go back, we have this image, this colorful one, which is this one right here. Okay, so we're gonna define other things right here. Okay, so the first thing, we're gonna have an array right here, okay, which is gonna have all the images that we're gonna use in the post backgrounds, those images right here, and I'm gonna show you where I have them. So if we go back to public, and then go back to images, and then go back to post backgrounds, and you're gonna find all the images that we are using there. They are all right here. Okay, so let me close the public, and just simply now we're gonna start working right here. Okay, so go back right here, and in the image itself right here, we're gonna do another thing. Okay, which is gonna be when we click on it, now we're gonna change the state and open another div that can have all of them right here. So let me go back and define it first. So we're just gonna be, let me just first of all start with a div that's called post backgrounds, and then inside this we can have another div which is going to be called no background. This is going to be alone, and then we're going to go right here and go to the post backgrounds that we have the array right here, and then we're going to map through it, and we're going to get every single background and also get the index. And right here we're going to return just an image tag. Okay, and the source is going to be the background, and also we're going to have a key for it, which is going to be the I or the index. That's the first thing. So if we save this, we're gonna see that we have all the images right here. So we can go back now to the styles and work on that, because I probably have it in the styles, because I was redoing this to make sure it's right. Okay, so we don't have it. So now go to the styles and work on it. So let me just make sure. Okay, so we're gonna take this div class name, we're gonna take that, and we're just gonna make display flex, align items center, and then also we're gonna have a gap to be 5 pixels. So now the element is gonna be spaced out. Okay, that's the first thing. And then we're gonna select every single image inside that div, and then we're gonna make it with 35 pixels. The height to be 35, the same. Object fit is gonna be cover. Okay, so now they look this way, and also we're gonna make the border radius to be 10 pixels. And now they look the way they want them. Also this background right here, which is going to be white, when you click on it, it removes everything. We just had a div which is called no background, and right here which is going to be the same, properties right here. So let me just get them. Of course we're not going to have any of this object fit because it's not going to be an image. The cursor is going to be pointer, and the background is going to be a variable which is going to be pg secondary. Okay, and as you see now we have it. So now also on a state that controls this, when we click on this, show it and hide it. So we can go back and have it right here. Where is the state that we have? We have this state right here. We can have another one which is going to be show backgrounds. Okay, and then also set show backgrounds, and the beginning is going to be false. So when we click on this image, we're going to make it show. So on click, set show backgrounds, and it's going to take the previous value, just simply going to change it to the opposite. It's going to be like a toggle button. Okay, so and we're going to take this that we have right here, this div, we're going to have a test right here when it's not type 2, and also when the show background is true, then we're gonna have this div. So now it's not gonna show, but when we click on this, it's gonna show. Click again and it's gonna hide this. Okay, so now the first scene has been done. So now once when you click on these images right here, when I change the background right here and do the same thing right here, but it's gonna be way better because this is not professional. It looks like it's more to the sides, and also I don't know, it's just not good. It's as you write, it's gonna create this problem, and I don't want that. Okay, so I took the time and I tried to do it, and I've done it. You just like now we're gonna do it together. Okay, so let me show you first. So this is what we're trying to create. So this is gonna be like in the middle, and then you're gonna try and create, and the text right now is always gonna be there to go and stay in the middle. Okay, I create a handy function that's always that you're gonna write, and it's always gonna go there to the center. And also I've increased how many letters you can write and all the other cool stuff. So I feel like this is way better than just having it normally. So let me remove that. Let me also remove that, and let me remove the things that I've done so we can start coding. So the first thing I want to do when we map through all the images, we're going to go back right here. We're going to go to every single image, and we're going to add an on-click event. And we're going to have a function right here. Let's call it background handler. And we're going to pass the index. The reason we're going to pass the index because we're going to change the background of that div. And to change the background of that div, the images are all right here. So the first image is going to have the index 0. And just by passing the index, we know that this image is the image or the by index 0 in the post backgrounds. Okay, you're going to see. So let me get the name right here of the function and create this. Okay, so right here, we're gonna get the index from here. Okay, and now we need a reference to that div. So we can create a new reference, and we're gonna call it background ref. And we're gonna go to the div that holds that text area, which is this here. What is it? This one. This is the text area. This is the div that's hold it. So we're gonna go right here, and then the reference to it, and simply in the function. So we're gonna go to that reference, and then the access the elements itself, and then the style, and then the background image, and then we're gonna and the URI simply is gonna be the value that we pass. So we're gonna go to post backgrounds, and then we're gonna pass the ID. Okay, so when we click in the first image, it's gonna pass the background is gonna be the first elements from the post backgrounds. Okay, so the second is gonna be the second. So simply like this. So now we click, and as you see, it changes. As you see, this is what you wanted to do. Okay, of course you're gonna work on the size and all. So we're gonna go also now want to change the background. Okay, so we have this sys background, and if we passed it, okay, we need to pass it. We want to change the background that we have right here. Okay, because it's necessary, because when we have a background, we can have a different type of post. So let me pass the sys background. Oh, we passed it. Okay, so let me also pass the background. Okay, so we just didn't get it. So we can get it from here, and also we can get the set background like this. Okay, so we can set the background simply right here by the post backgrounds, and just select the index that we passed. Okay, like this. And also add the class name that's gonna handle all of this for us. Okay, so we can add the class name by going to the ref, and then the elements by current, and then access the class list. So access all the classes the div have, class names, and then we're gonna add another one. Let's call it, for example, BG handler. Okay, like that. So now we can go back to the size and work on that div. So right here, we're just simply gonna define the height to be 360 pixels. Okay, and as you see, it's not changing because let me just see. Okay, this current class list add BG handler. Okay, because let me just click again. Okay, which is not gonna change directly until you click again. Okay, because this is on click. So now we have it right here. So let's continue. Sometimes it'll be done. So the width is gonna be 100%, and also the background size is gonna be cover. Okay, and also if we go back right here to the BG handler and select the text area. Okay, and we had like a background to it. You're gonna see if at a red background, you're gonna see that's actually in the middle. But the problem is right here is, it takes the full width and then just show the text right here from the left, and that's what happens. Okay, so if we want to have the text in the middle, we can just go back right here and add text align, and it's gonna be center. And this way we're going to take that text to be also going to have a height for it. So the height is going to be 360 pixels. So it takes the full height and also going to margin tab 10 pixels to make it exactly where we want it. Okay, so now let's remove the red. So the problem right now is this element should be in the middle, and the way that we're going to do it is just taking this element right here and add a padding tab to it. Okay, so we're going to space it out from the top depending on a function that I've created. So the first thing, we're going to go to the max length of the text area. I'm going to make it 250 to give the user more ability to write more. Okay, and then we're going to go right here. I'm going to add a style, and the style, so it's going to be padding tab. Okay, we can go right here and add the text. So when we have a background, so this is only affecting the text area when you have a background. Okay, so that doesn't create a problem. And also the show BGs is true. Okay, so when this is all true, I'm gonna do something else and I'm gonna do anything. Okay, that's to avoid the problem that we have. Okay, we don't have the show BGs right here. We do have, okay, we do have, it's not a problem. Right here we're gonna do the test. So I'm gonna go and simply gonna use math.apps. So this is to make, for example, if you have like an operation and the result is negative, this makes it positive. So if you had an operation and the result was like -3, this function just make it 3. Okay, that's all it does. And we're gonna go to the reference that we have right here, which is the text ref, and we're gonna go to current, the elements, and then we're gonna go to the value that we have, which is the text gonna be, and we're gonna take that length and we're gonna get it by the percentage from 100, and the way we're gonna just multiply it by 0.1. Okay, this is just a function that I've created myself, and then trying to do things like just comparing how a result looks. Okay, this is just the way how it works. Sometimes it's just like this. Okay, it does. So right here also I'm gonna make it -30. Okay, and this is all gonna be by percent, so we're gonna margin it from top by percent. Okay, and this way is gonna go to the middle. Okay, I've just like multiplied by percent so we can see the height of it, and then -30%, and that puts it in the middle. And you can just write right now, and as you see, it's gonna go to top depending on how many you write. Okay, so let me just write more, and as you see, it says in the middle. Okay, 250, it's a lot. Okay, and as you see, everything is still in the middle. And when we show that the post is going to be simply 100% in the middle regardless of what we're doing now. Okay, this is just for the user to see how we are writing. Okay, so you can also change the value like from 30, like 32, depending on how exactly to be in the middle. Okay, so this is just up to you. So the last thing right here is going to be when we click on this one, we want to remove everything and return to the normal state. So let me go and find that first. So when we, this one, okay, this no PG. So I click, and it's going to call the function remove background. Okay. And let me just take this and do it right here. Okay. So I'm going to repeat this one and then change the background. And simply the background is now gonna go to nothing, empty, and then the background gonna set it back to nothing also. And this is not gonna be from add, it's gonna be remove like this. So now let's try and click here, and as you see, now the problem right here, as you see, this text right here goes down, and the reason is probably because of this function right here. Okay, so the first thing right here, let me remove the show BGs from here, because it doesn't matter if we show in this or not. Okay, when we have a background, that means we are selecting one, so that means we remove this because it doesn't affect anything. Okay, and that doesn't fix it yet, because here we're going to define just like 0, so it's padding is going to be just 0 from there. Okay, like this. Okay, so now let me maximize this and try again. Let me just write something. Everything is all right. You can also use emojis. Okay, it's fine. So this is looking actually pretty amazing, to be honest. And then you can remove everything, and then it's gonna stay right here. Okay, everything is gonna be cool as you like. Okay, and you can hide this. So now actually we're gonna write the function that's gonna help us create the post exactly and send everything to the backend and then to the database.